Hi, everyone. It's David Nairn. Welcome to Backstage Pass, our new feature here at Theatre Orangeville. I'm going to be coming at you every couple of weeks with some great interviews, lots of fun features, maybe some movie reviews. Just all kinds of great stuff. And we're also going to do a little bit of a roundup because there is a lot going on in our community right now. Had an opportunity to sit down on your stage just recently with, Dufferin County's favorite playwright, Dan Needles. We had a great chat, with Dan. It's always a lot of fun, great stories, great fun. I know you love them. The Wingfield plays, all of Dan's plays. Here's a fantastic interview with Dan Needles. Hi, everybody. Here we are on stage here at Theatre Orangeville with everyone's favorite playwright and author, Dan Needles. Yes, you, Mr. Needles. Welcome, Danny. It's great to see you looking so happy and healthy.
Good to be here.
What's bringing you joy these days? What's happening that's keeping you going?
The farm.
The farm. It's always the farm.
Very fortunate to live on a farm.
Yeah?
It is a jealous mistress.
Careful now.
It will not be take a second place to a pandemic or anything else.
To anybody?
It has its own schedule, and
we've worked together so much. I had to write them down.
You write these?
Forgive me if I've missed one.
Keep on track. That's
The
good.
Perils of Persephone, The Bells of Larkspur, Baco Noir, Team on the Hill, which is one of my all-time favorite shows ever, Ed's Garage, The Last Christmas Turkey, the full Wingfield cycle.
There's 7.
There's 7.
There's 13.
Yeah.
13.
They're lucky 13. Is there a 14th on
Yes.
the horizon?
Yes.
What's the 14th?
Called Fair Play.
Yes. And that's going to be happening.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Says somebody has to express an interest in it.
Okay. Well, is that me? Is that you? Anybody want to see another Dan Needles play? I don't know. Really?
There is a pattern here.
There is a pattern?
Yeah.
What's the pattern? You write them, we do them.
Yeah.
Well,
This is my home. This is my home turf.
So thanks, Dan, because everybody, we think of you as our own.
I think of you.
As our native son.
I think as I'm writing, this seems amusing. Will David find it funny?
Well, the piece that you wrote for us for the Halloween show was brilliant. Are you going to publish that, or is that going to have a life somehow, or where's that going to go?
These things, as soon as they flow from your pen, they develop a life of their own.
Right.
And it's out of my control.
So whence came this whole desire to write? To write for you're an award-winning novel or author. You've won the Leacock Award, but whence came this desire to share your heart, your story, in the theater?
Well, my mother gave me a typewriter for Christmas when I was about 12. And so I felt an obligation to use it. I was not expected to make a living in the theater. I was probably voted least likely to succeed in the theater in my family. I'm from an old theater family. Goes back like 5 generations.
So it's in the genes. It just came naturally to you?
Well, I think part of it was my mother yanked us out of school in Toronto and brought us up here to a 2-room school. And she did that when she had the farm here in Rosemont. We went back and forth May, October, all the way through public school. And this was a tough school in Rosemont. If you were absent more than 3 days, they marked you dead. And I was a city kid, a city slicker, so I got beat up a lot at this school. And then I went back to the school in Toronto, and I was hick. I came to town on a load of pumpkins, and I got beat up there. And I found that if people were laughing, they were much less likely to punch you. So I got into the habit of telling stories, making people laugh as a form of defense.
Right. Now, of course, there is a 14th, More Confessions.
Oh, More Confessions.
Yes.
But that's not a play, is it?
Well,
It's a monologue.
It's an amusement.
It's a dialogue between me and Ian.
Yeah, but
Ian Bell.
it's a show. So
It's a show.
It counts.
Okay.
That sort of counts.
a thing.
It's a thing.
Yes.
Now, I mean, audiences, of course, we all, I'm constantly being asked, is there another Wingfield on the horizon?
Probably not. No? I think Walt is about 85 now, and his daughter has long since grown up, left home, and not speaking to him. All the neighbors, the Squire would be about 120, Jimmy would be 150.
So
it's at a resting point, I think.
Right.
Maybe a grandson will go back to the city.
Maybe we'll go back to the city, go back to the farm. Now, Rod Beatty is such a huge component as to what the Wingfield is. So where did that connection come from? Was that picking fruit in the south of France? Or?
We were just talking about this week the connection between the Beattys and the Needles. He grew up he was born in a house on the estate where my mother lived. She was a Massey.
Right.
And they had a compound in East Toronto at Dentonia Park. And my great-grandmother built this colossal pile of a house, like 100 rooms, wow, and a theater, there you go,
yeah,
and a swimming pool. And the Depression hit, and she couldn't deal with the expense of it, so she did the logical thing. She gave it away to a boys' school, and it was Crescent School. And in the 40s, Rod's dad got a position teaching school at Crescent, and my mother did too. She just walked across from their own house on Dentonia Park, across the valley to Crescent School, and she taught there with Norm for I think 3 or 4 years, and that was actually the connection between the Needles and the Beattys. So we ended up living a block apart on Courtleigh Boulevard and Hillhurst Boulevard, and we played ball hockey together, and our younger brothers went to theater school together, and then his younger brother Doug became a lifer up here at the farm.
Right.
Every summer he'd come and stay with us. And so that when I started writing for the newspaper, Rod's mother kept a scrapbook of all the columns, and Rod took an interest in them. When I was finished with the newspaper, she handed me the scrapbooks and said, "Do something with this." And Rod and I put the plays together.
Well, because of course we've done the Wingfield cycle here at Theatre Orangeville 3 times, I think. I mean, audiences just can't get enough of it because, of course, we all, even a city slicker like me, who's a newbie. I'm only 20 years into this community, so I'm always from away. Mm-hmm. Are you Walt Wingfield?
No, and I'm still from away myself. Right. I've only lived in the house for 42 years, which makes me a blow-in.
And they're waiting to see if it sticks, waiting to see if you can stick it out?
Yeah, he's only done a few winters here.
Now, are you still growing back on noir? When we did the show, what was that, 5-6 years ago now? You were planting, you and your son were planting back on noir.
Wrong choice. It was supposed to be this sort of tough as a hawthorn root grape, and I thought this is the one for me. I can't get one to survive the winter.
Right.
That and Chardonnay.
Well,
there is a lovely spruce wine from Spokane, from Minnesota, but that's not a wine for drinking. It's a wine for laying down and avoiding.
and forgetting about forever and a day. Yeah. But the farm's active, you're busy. This is
busy, yeah. Great. Still got the sheep, still have the chickens, raised 2 pigs. I got about 400 pounds of meat in the freezer to get me over the winter.
Over the winter? Awesome.
6 bush cords piled up against the house.
Well, you're a going concern. Mm-hmm. What are you working on now? Without tipping it, I know Fair Play has been written and is going to be produced as soon as we are all able to gather in somewhere where it allows us to do that kind of thing. What's anything percolating in the back of your head these days?
Well, my agent and my publisher insist that I do something new, and they loved the True Confessions routine, and they said, just talk like that. Just pretend we're driving to Kenora in a thick fog and just talk, and let's see how it goes. And so that's what I'm doing.
Perfect. Dan, thank you. As always, it's a delight to spend time with you. You bring such joy to my heart and to all of our hearts. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dan Needles always puts a smile on my face, always puts a smile on your face, I know that, and just warms all of our hearts. He's amazing. There's a lot going on here in your community, great events that are happening. I want you to take advantage of them. Get out, and support all of these wonderful organizations. Here's a list of some of them. Get downtown to beautiful downtown Orangeville for the Halloween displays. They're up and running right now. There's going to be a draw or a winner is going to be named every Friday from now until Halloween. Go down, take a picture, post it on Facebook, and tag downtown Orangeville, and you're going to win a prize if your picture's selected. Up at the Museum of Dufferin, they have there's an escape room happening up there right now called the Ghosts of Dufferin House. Strange things happen here. The only way to get out of the escape room is to solve the puzzle, get the number to the secret lock, and get out. Go to dufferinmuseum.com for more information. Empty Bowls is an amazing event that's happening here in the community. It's an annual thing, of course, and supports local food banks. These beautiful bowls, original pottery made by Potter and Randrad. And they're available until the end of October. They're the perfect size for soup, and has also been nominated for Established Art of the Year at the Town Arts and Culture Awards. Go to AnnRandradPottery.com for more information on that. Celebrating Agriculture Week, the Dufferin Farm Tour is taking visitors to local farms to give people an opportunity to experience how farming really works. You can go behind the scenes. It's a virtual tour, but it's in support of local food banks, and that's at DufferinFarmTour.com. And of course, they were nominated for the Arts and Cultural Awards this year for Creative Cultural Event. Check that out. The Arts and Cultural Awards through the town of Orangeville were presented on October the 22nd. You can go to the website and go to the town of Orangeville's YouTube channel. Actually, is the best way to see that. Check out the awards. Wayne Townsend hosted it. It's always a great night, but it's a fantastic way to honor the organizations that are in our community. Established Artists of the Year, Emerging Artists, Student Arts, Arts Educator, Community Arts Volunteer, Community Impact by a Business, Organization by an Impact, Creative Cultural Event of the Year. And you can go to orangeville.ca for all that information. Check it out. I've had the opportunity many times to work with an amazing young man from right here in our community. His name is John Daniel. He's a great actor. You saw him in last summer's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream, amongst other things. He's really, really wonderful, and he is an amazing filmmaker himself and lover of film. Here's John with a review of his favorite Halloween movie.
Hey everybody, happy October. This year at the theater, we figured since you won't be answering your door to hundreds of trick-or-treaters, it might be the perfect time to sit down and watch a movie uninterrupted. So I wanted to hop on here and share with you guys one of my personal favorite movies to watch this time of year. It falls more into the comedy genre than I think it does the horror genre, but it definitely still captures the essence of Halloween. The film is called What We Do in the Shadows, written and directed by Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement. Taika Waititi, who you may know from Jojo Rabbit, Thor Ragnarok. Jermaine Clement, who you might know from Flight of the Conchords. The film was just recently adapted into a series for FX, which got loads of praise at the Emmys this year, but the film it was based on, What We Do in the Shadows, I think deserves all the praise in the world. It was based on a short film by the same two guys and made into a feature in 2014. It played at the Toronto International Film Festival and won the Grand Jury Prize for Best Original Screenplay. It's a mockumentary about a group of vampires living together in Wellington, New Zealand, and the documentary crew that follows them around. And that's all I'm going to say about the premise, because I feel like that might even be a bit of a hard sell, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. It's dry wit, it's simple, it's more clever than it has any right to be. It's What We Do in the Shadows. If you can find it, check it out. If you have to rent it, so be it. If you do watch it this Halloween season, let us know what you think. We want to know if you loved it. We want to know if you hated it. We want to know if you put it on for 10 minutes and spent the rest of the time checking your phone. We want to know what you guys are watching when you're not at the theater. Happy Halloween, guys. Stay healthy.
Thanks, John. Sounds a bit scary for me, but maybe I'll just kind of do my best to sit and watch it as best I sort of can. Speaking of raising spirits, we're publishing a book here at Theatre Orangeville. We did our Constant Contact every Friday for, 5 months, I guess. Every week coming into your home, you had recipes, you had puzzles, you had links to all kinds of great arts events, and you also had a cocktail of the week done by yours truly. So in time for Christmas, we're putting it all together in a book. It'll make the perfect Christmas present. It's called Raise Your Spirits, 21 Cocktails in 21 Acts, directed by David Nairn. I guess that's me. You can get it at Booklore. Check it out. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be the perfect Christmas gift. Cheers. As you all know, you're not coming into the theater to see a performance live at Theatre Orangeville these days, but I hope that you've really been joining us for our Theatre Orangeville Presents Online. We've been doing some great programming online for you, and we have fantastic shows coming up. Our Halloween show is called Phantoms of the Opera House. Now, all of these shows, it goes live, or Halloween show, maybe it goes dead on October the 30th, but you can watch it anytime you want, 4 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 2, whatever you want, until November the 13th. Once you buy that link to see the show, it's good for a full 2 weeks. So check it out. That's Phantoms of the Opera House. Rod Beatty, Lisa Wade, Dan Needles, Mag Ruffman, all kinds of scary things coming your way in that show. It's going to be a lot of fun. On November 5th through 7th, we are doing Rage Against Violence. This is a show that we produced several years ago in partnership with Family Transition Place. We're doing that once again. It's a fundraising event for FTP. All of the proceeds go to support that amazing organization. So please check out that show. Then, before you know it, it's going to be Christmas time here at Theatre Orangeville from December 4th, when that link goes live, until January 3rd. You're going to be able to watch a reading of A Christmas Carol. Local celebrities are going to get together, and they're going to read Dickens' most cherished and my favorite Christmas story. Then, from December 18th to January the 3rd, the world premiere production of Rockin' Round the Christmas Tree, starring Lisa Way and the amazing Wayward Wind Band. This is going to be a great show, fabulous foot-tapping adventure, excitement, music for the entire family. You're really going to love it. So, there is a lot going on at Theatre Orangeville. We're going to have great programming online for you into January and February, and we'll see where we go beyond that. So, in the meantime, keep watching out for Theatre Orangeville Presents Online, and we'll see you next time.